Hey everybody, thanks again as always for checking out the channel. Today, as promised, I thought it would be really fun to take a look at the Phantom Menace Kenner retro wave of figures, but this is not going to be a review. If you want to see a review, there's a million other channels who are reviewing. I thought it might be fun today to take a look at how the Kenner retro line relates to other Phantom Menace waves, including the episode 1 line from 25 years ago, and a few other Phantom Menace figures, accessories, and elements. So it's always fun to take a look and see how do these things fit into the things I already have. Right here, you can see here is Queen Amidala's throne from the Naboo Royal Starship playset from '99. And here's the new Amidala figure. As you can see, it scales beautifully. She does not sit down in it, unfortunately. It wasn't really meant for that, but it is a nice element that you can add to the display for the figures. But let's take a look at how some of the older figures and the other retro figures all relate to one another. So let's bring in, here's one that was always kind of a hard one to find and really cool. Here's Sio Bibble. So Sio Bibble's from the 1999 episode 1 line. He's got just enough detail to make him a newer figure, but he also relates very well to Amidala. I think that could work very nicely together. And it's definitely a nice display option, bringing in the elements, bringing in the older figures. And then let's bring in the really disappointing new battle droid from the retro line. But here he is in relation to Amidala, the elements. So, you know, this is a disappointing figure, clearly the dog of the wave, but he does scale and look appropriate in size and definitely relates well to the older figures like Sio here. So let's bring in another figure. And here's maybe one of the greatest figures Hasbro's ever done, and that is the Destroyer droid, the Droideka. This again has the articulation that you might expect from a newer figure, but it also relates really well, I think, to Amidala. The battle droid is not nearly as detailed, and there is a big jump between this one and this one. However, in totality, I think it could work very well. And let's bring in just one more. Let's take out the battle droid. All right. Let's bring in R2, vintage R2. And I think, again, you could pull this off. This works out pretty well together. Everything looks about the same. It's not hyper-articulated. It's not vintage collection. This is retro collection. And the 99 series definitely relates well to the retro collection. And let's bring in a couple more elements. So let's take away R2, and we'll bring in Nute Gunray. All right. Again, here's another figure from '99. I love the Nemoidians. I think they're just beautifully detailed, but not, they are hyper detailed, but they're not hyper articulated. Therefore, the retro and the 99 figures work really well. Let's bring in another one. We'll take out the Droideka and we'll put in Nute Gunray. And I think these in particular look like they were made for the same line, honestly. You know, so you take out, you put Rune Hako there, you got Sio Bibble there, you got Amidala, you've got the R2. I mean, really, they look like they could all go well together. So hopefully, this is a look at the first couple of figures. We're going to take a look again at the others in a different video, but this was to give you some perspective and some display options. So here's the battle droid once again. We'll take out Sio. And you can see they work pretty well. Hopefully you liked the video. If you like it, stay tuned. I'm going to do Jar Jar Binks next and how he relates to other figures. And then we're going to get into the big three. We're going to get into Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul. Hope you like these videos. Let me know if you like the format, if this is of any value. And thanks for looking.